The 5,000 meter finals, and the men will kick things off first. Set to go here almost. We'll have one section of both of these heats, both of these races, both of these finals. And
this race, this is my professional analysis. This race is like the 200. They just have to do it 25 times.
Except for it's only 12 and a half.
12 and a half. See, I can't even do math. So
Bill's thinking about the indoor 5K over here. Nope, 12 and a half laps for the 5,000 meters here for the men.
Laps, yes, but 200s, it's
there you go. There,
right?
you were just talking in furlongs.
Yes.
Yeah. Bill was trying to give you how many furlongs the men are going to run here today. And
change from the I think last year was maybe the first, but this is now more like set up like the NCAA schedule, John, right? Where it used to be this included Friday night at the PSAC meet, and the steeplechase was usually around this time.
It did as well, yes. We'll have the 5K here. We'll have a big field. There will be just one section in both the men and the women, and the men will have 20 runners here lining up for the men's 5K. The women's field will have 27, so there will be runners spaced out all over the track for the women's 5K, but the men will have 20 here, and our number one seed is not here today. Our number one seed is Kieran Sutton of Shippensburg, so we actually will have 19 runners in the field as Kieran Sutton of Shippensburg. A couple NCAA automatic marks for Sutton. He is dealing with a little bit of an injury and will not be running here in this championship. So no performance from Sutton. That'll leave our top seed, and we expect this gentleman to run away with this race potentially. Elliot Martinkevich of Edinburgh University.
Also the fact, too, John, that he is running fresh in this race. He hasn't competed, I don't believe, in any other event at this point.
He has not. This is the only event that he is running in here, while some of the other men in this field have a couple races on their legs already. And again, you see Martinkevich come to the front right here from the get-go. He's looking to potentially improve on his national qualifying time. He's run 14:06 this year. And again, he is completely fresh, has no other races on his legs, and we expect him to be your champion here today, barring any unforeseen circumstances. He is certainly capable. The only man in the field that's run under 14:30, and he's run 14:06. So our next best seed behind him is Ben Robinson of Lock Haven at 14:35. And we do have in this field, we have 8 runners, taking Sutton out of the mix. We have 8 runners that have run under 15 minutes this year, and those are out front Elliot Martinkevich. And if this stays like this, we'll keep it with Martinkevich for a couple laps. But if it looks like he's going to really run away with it, we'll focus on the pack for you and just kind of keep you updated, as he's already got a 25-meter lead at the 400 mark. And
12th in Division II entering this race.
And 12th on the national leaderboard for Martinkevich, and he put all of his eggs into one basket here. Edinburgh not concerned with the team standings here. They are just concerned with the individual effort here for Martinkevich. So he'll come to the line here. He'll have 11 to go when he gets to the line, and he has a significant gap already. And we'll run down through the field for you here. Martinkevich is our number one runner right now. Everybody in the pack here from there. Give you the guys that have run under 15 minutes this year. That's Ben Robinson of Lock Haven, Steve Main of Kutztown, Sean Widener of Lock Haven, Raymond Offman of Indiana, Jeremy Parsons of Slippery Rock, Dominic Stroh of Shippensburg, Greg Baudette of Indiana. All of those men have run under 15 minutes flat on the track this year. The rest of our field behind those gentlemen, John Gassou of Edinburgh, Hudson Bowman of Indiana, who had an outstanding effort in the 10K on Thursday night. Daniel Nieswender, our PSAC champion scholar, the highest GPA among all athletes competing here, a 4.0 GPA for Nieswender of Bloomsburg. We've got Alex Hampel here, who also had a good run in the 10K, Alex Bala of Shippensburg, Harrison Shetler, Jeremy Hall, Braden Bruning, Calvin Conrad Klein, Cole Nisley, and C.J. Bauer. And those are the 19 men in the field here. And Martinkevich is already out to a commanding lead out front of this field here. As you come by, this time by, he'll have 10 to go this time by.
One difference that I can say, at least from a Shippensburg standpoint, that I've noted, it had Braden Bruning in there late among the entrants. It's actually Calvin Conrad Klein there wearing the 18 hip number. He competed in the steeplechase, and among the other people that are doubling up in this, Dom Stroh, who we saw a little bit earlier as well. But you got people doubling up all over the place in terms of events. Steve Main, who I believe was, if I recall, was the runner-up in the 10K on Thursday night. He's among those out in the field. And in terms of returning place winners, Marty Kevich for Edinburgh was third last year. Ben Robinson from Lock Haven was fifth in last year, 2015, seventh 2 years ago. And Gassou from Edinburgh was sixth in this event last year. So those three men have placed in the past and all seeking their first title as we are about not quite to the 4-minute mark here of the 5K.
And here's Martin Kevich into the home stretch now. After he goes by, we'll keep the camera there, and we'll focus on the pack after he goes by here down the home stretch so you can see the where the actual action is here. No offense to Martin Kevich, but we'd like to show everybody at home the rest of the field. This is where the race will shape out.
It's Alex Bala of Shippensburg right now, too, your number 2.
And here we go now. We'll keep it with the field. Thank you, Kylie, on the camera work over here. We'll keep it with the field so we can show you, and then we'll just periodically update you where Martin Kevich is and how he's looking. But Martin Kevich right now about a 75-meter lead already on the field, 9 laps to go here. So he's coming up on the mile mark, and he's already put in about 75 meters into the field. That is, as you mentioned, Bala of Shippensburg up to 2 now, and that is Hudson Bowman, the freshman from Indiana, who finished third in the 10K the other night. He's up there in third place right now. Behind him, we have
Ray
Hoffman of Indiana.
And Widener of Lock Haven behind him.
And Martin Kevich, we didn't catch his time, but 5:01 through the mile for through the main pack. Martin Kevich was likely in the 4:40 range, as he is about 80 meters in front of the field now. And the field is stringing out a little bit here. There's a bit of pressure being put on at the front from Bala of Shippensburg. And Bala, Bowman, Widener, and Steve Main right there. Main had a personal best in the 10K, finished second runner-up honors, I believe, the other night, Thursday night. And he's right there now in the mix, as well as Greg Baudette of Indiana is in there with Hoffman, and there's a Bloomsburg runner in there as well, kind of in that top 8 right now.
That's Nieswender, the champion scholar there.
And 8 laps to go now in this field, 2 miles left. And
Bala, Bauman, and Hoffman right now in that order, your lead 3. Ray Hoffman of IUP, not to be confused with Kutztown's track coach, Ray Hoffman.
And Ray Hoffman, an interesting cat he is. I saw him running around here earlier today, warming up in long spandex on the bottom, and he was wearing a jean jacket running around here in that flowing hair. An interesting cat is Ray Hoffman, and one of the premier distance guys that we have in the PSAC. He's right there in cross country, and he was right there, a top 8 finisher in the 10K the other night, Thursday night. And right here again, coming back in the 5K now.
It's Bala and Bauman and Widener there, along with Steve Main as the front 4, with Hoffman right behind Main. And I think that's Harrison Shetler of Shippensburg there in the mix as well, with the 6:50 mark, as you see on the time.
And updating you on our leader on the backstretch now is Elliot Martin Kevich of Edinburgh. You'll see him as he comes to the home stretch. He'll be in your picture here every so often. The gap is closed a little bit. It's not quite 75 meters like it was, but still about 50 meters up to Martin Kevich, as Hudson Bowman now from Indiana moves to the front of the lead, the chase group, and he puts the pressure on there. Bala still in third place now. Widener is 4th. Main is 5th. Hoffman is 6th. Nieswender is 7th. And on the outside, a Shippensburg runner there in 8th.
That's Harrison Shetler.
That is Shetler in 8th, and then Greg Baudette in 9th for Indiana. 10th is Robinson, and 11th is Jeremy Parsons of Slippery Rock. Your top 11 in that chase group right there. Martin Kevich goes through. The gap is definitely coming down here. Bowman doing the work at the front of the chase group. It's still probably 40 meters though up to Martin Kevich. as he rounds the back corner now, about 100 meters into his lap here. 6 laps to go, a mile and a half the last time by there.
Pretty impressive by the 2 lead trail runners right now, as they were, top 5 finishers in the 10K, coming back and putting this on in the 5K.
And Martin Kevich now at the 200-meter mark on the backstretch, still comfortable, looks strong out front. And again, we mentioned pre-race, he is about 30 seconds faster on a seed time than anybody else in the field, as we are missing Kieran Sutton, the indoor MVP on the track, the most outstanding track athlete from indoor, Kieran Sutton of Shippensburg. The number 1 seed in both the 5K and the 10K, not here with us this weekend, and that has opened the door for Martin Kevich, and he looks strong out front. The group's still together here, as we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 all together in this pack. It is Bala, Bowman, Widener, Main, Offman, Shetler, Nieswender, and now Robinson of Lockhaven joining the group. They've got a little bit of a gap back to Greg Baudette of Indiana and Jeremy Parsons of Slippery Rock. That is your chase pack right now. And it looks like Martin Kevich has turned it on again here as he's opened up that advantage. It's back to about 65, 70 meters over the field now as he goes down the backstretch.
Yep, he's at the 50-yard line while their other runners are in the end zone.
And we've got a split here now in the chase pack. The work being done by Bala of Shippensburg, and we now have a 5-man group breaking away in that chase group. That is Bala, Bowman, Widener, Main, and Offman are your next 5 in line behind Martin Kevich. Martin Kevich coming up to the home stretch now, and again about 70 meters out front for Martin Kevich. Just like we expected. We expected him to run away with this title. And behind him, though, the race is really shaping up to be a good one to decide those all PSAC positions.
And you're starting to see Robinson sneak up here a little bit from the trail. He's now in here with Nieswender. As you'll see the lead 5, but you're going to start to see Robinson sneaking in there. He's right now neck and neck with Nieswender. That's Nieswender for Bloom in 7, Robinson in 8, Harris and Shetler of Shippensburg in 9 as they're going around for the next lap.
And then Greg Baudette of IUP and Jeremy Parsons of Slippery Rock in 10th and 11th. Martin Kevich midway down the backstretch right now to give you an update on where he is. As we mentioned, we'll keep the camera with that chase group. That's where the action is. Martin Kevich all alone out front. He still looks great, not struggling at all. And looks pretty comfortable for the win here. He'll have 3 to go when he comes this time by. But that chase group still all in it there. Robinson is making a move. He's past Nieswender and trying to close that gap down to the chase pack. The chase pack still Bala of Ship, Bowman of Indiana, Widener of Lockhaven, Main of Kutztown, and Offman of Indiana. That is your chase pack of 5 that you see here. And Martin Kevich now at the line here, 11:19 as he goes through with 3 laps to go for Martin Kevich.
Baudette up to 9th and Parsons up to 10th as well.
And they have passed Shetler here as Shetler for Shippensburg back into 11th position. And at the line goes the chase group, 11:35. With 3 laps to go. Anyone in that field can still end up with an all PSAC finish. Top 3 runners in each event here are all PSAC, earn the all conference honor by finishing in the top 3 in each event. Martin Kevich will win this, as we mentioned. We thought he probably would, and we'll show you. We'll cut back to him on the last lap for you, so he can get a little bit of glory for winning this 5K. But we'll keep it with the chase pack right now to show you where the action still is taking place. Bala continues to lead. We saw him do this in the 10K as well, where he kind of went to the front and refused to kind of let people share that lead. So still Bala, Widener of Lockhaven, Main of Kutztown, Bowman of Indiana, and Offman of Indiana. Those are your 5 still in the chase pack. They've got about 25 meters back to Ben Robinson of Lockhaven, and a push here coming from Greg Baudette. Baudette has slowly been moving up, picking runners off here, and Baudette goes around Robinson here, so he is 7th on the track now. Robinson is 8th. Nieswender of Bloomsburg is in 9th, and Parsons of Slippery Rock is in 10th right now.
I think you're also starting to see a little bit of a push from Steve Main of Kutztown. He, I think, is right there with Bala and So he's in the third position and second position, and I wouldn't be surprised if I start to see Maine, starting to creep up here.
And Maine having a great weekend after that personal best in the 10K. And he goes to the front here. So the first time that we've seen in that chase group, Bala not in front. And Maine will be there. His time in the front will be short-lived as Offman moves up on the outside into the lead position of that chase pack. Now Bowman comes around as well. IUP 1 and 2 in the chase group. Martinkevich cruising down the home stretch here. And he's going to end up with about a 100-meter advantage over the chase group. He'll come to the bell lap here. And it is almost exactly 100 meters. He's through 13:41 on the clock as he goes through. Here comes the chase pack now. It is Bowman and Offman, 1-2. Maine right there. Bala has been gapped. And back behind him, Widener has lost contact completely with that group. That has allowed Bodette to come back up into the 6th position on the track now. Now Robinson passing Widener as well. And we'll see here.
Nieswender of Bloomsburg, too, starting to try to push in. He's the 9th runner.
And you see back on your screen, that is your champion, Elliot Martinkevich. Barring that he doesn't fall down, we'll keep you updated here on the rest of the field. On the backstretch, it is Ray Offman of Indiana that has made a move. He's got 10 meters now on Steve Maine. Maine has 10 meters on Hudson Bowman. Bowman has 10 meters on Bala as those four have stretched out on the backstretch. But in the home stretch now, 100 meters to go. Here is your PSAC champion in the 5K. As we said pre-race, he would be your winner, and he holds true to that. Elliot Martinkevich of Edinburgh University. He'll win comfortably in 14:46. And here we go to the line now. We'll spin back to the action here. Offman will be your runner-up from Indiana, and another all-PSAC finish for Steve Maine. Kutztown will finish 3rd. Hudson Bowman battling to the line here to try to fight on for that 4th position. He'll finish 4th. Then we'll have Bala, and here's the sprint for 6, 7, and 8. And it is Bodette of Indiana in 6, Robinson of Lockhaven 7, and Nieswender, our PSAC champion scholar, in 8th. Jeremy Parsons of Slippery Rock coming to the line now. He will be 9th. And behind them we have Lockhaven, and that is not Widener for Lockhaven. That is the other runner, Jeremy Hall, for Lockhaven. Behind him, and then it was Alex Hampel, and your top 10 men across the line there in the 5K. So a wire-to-wire comfortable victory for our champion, Elliot Martinkevich of Edinburgh.
As you start to see the times hit the board, Hampel there in 11th and Calvin Conrad Klein in 12th as the other times are posted to the board. Pretty impressive from Elliot.
And we mentioned in the pre-race there that nothing else on the slate for Martinkevich this weekend. All the eggs were in one basket for him really to come and try to win a championship here in the 5K. And that got a little easier for him with Kieran Sutton not being here. But don't take anything away from that effort.
Oh, no, absolutely.
It is not easy to go run a hard 5K on the track by yourself. And that was an impressive performance from Elliot Martinkevich of Edinburgh, your PSAC champion in the men's 5K. And you see the times flashing through there on the board.
And after a 3rd place finish last year, nice to be able to come away with that conference championship. And likely, unless something changes too, he again will be headed to nationals as his PR on the year, 14:06, has him 12th in the country.
Next up on the track, we'll have the women's 5K. They are lining them up on the back stretch right now. In the middle here, though, we have the award ceremony for the javelin currently taking place. All 8 women that you'll see here on this podium in the javelin hit the NCAA